And that's why it's called messy people. Misery needs company. And that's what these 4 individuals need. They need company. They need you guys to like what they doing, which is nothing, in the village of Dolton. And I try to point out every single board meeting how they neglect y'all, how they don't pay bills to that one vendor that actually get paid. The trustees took you out of that warrant list. And I've asked them and begged them to pay y'all because you guys are doing the service of the people, but people not paying attention to that. Lights everywhere in our village, especially on the west side where Trustee Norwood live, but she voted no to take care of the west side where she stay. Where they do that at?
Yeah, if I ruled the world, I'd lower the coke prices, raise the welfare and lower the perk prices. You could pay for a feature even though the flow priceless. Whole team Muslim, we at war like...
What's up, gang, and welcome back to another episode of Hip Hop Forever. Today, we'll be taking a trip out to Dolton County, Illinois to find out more about Tiffany A. Henyard. Tiffany A. Henyard is the mayor of Dolton County, and not only that, she's Thornton Township supervisor. We won't get into the messy mess that she's involved in, but in the meantime, I'm gonna need y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget, gang, won't incriminate nobody over here. Let's go.
The truth, as you can see, you saw that first one. First one was lit, wasn't it? It was off the chain. And the problem I got is, when they do it, it's cool. But when I do it, it's a problem. But this how I see it in my head. Play the video.
It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I...
Tiffany Aiesha Henyard, born June 18, 1983, is an American politician currently serving as the mayor of Dolton, Illinois, since 2021 and as Thornton Township supervisor since 2022. She previously served 2 terms as a member of the Dolton Village Board of Trustees from 2013 through 2021. Henyard won election as a trustee in 2013 and 2017, and election as mayor in 2021. She was appointed supervisor in 2022. Henyard was elected as mayor of Dolton in 2021. She defeated incumbent Mayor Riley Rogers in a 4-way primary for the Democratic nomination. She received more than 34% of the vote against Rogers, Andrew Holmes, a village trustee and community activist, and Robert Shaw, a politician, who was the brother of the deceased past Dolton Mayor William Shaw. She went on to defeat independent candidate Ronnie Burge in the April general election, winning approximately 82% of the vote. Burge was the current police chief of nearby Dixmoor, Illinois, and had formerly been Dolton's police chief. In February 2024, Fox 32 Chicago, WFLD, reported that numerous individuals in Dolton had confirmed to them that they were interviewed by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, as part of an evident probe into Henyard's activities as mayor. The Chicago Tribune soon after reported that an unnamed law enforcement official had confirmed to them that a FBI investigation into Henyard existed. The Dolton Board of Trustees Legislative Counsel, Bert Ottelson, noted in April 2024 that the village government was a defendant in almost 40 active lawsuits related to Henyard's conduct.
Between the mayor of Dolton and the village's board of trustees. The meeting came after it was announced the trustees are asking Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul to investigate Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Both sides are at odds over legislative agendas. The trustees say they've hired their own attorney to cut through the legal red tape the mayor has created.
If department heads are told not to give us information and to see the mayor, then that's where we're at right now.
Okay, so that's an untrue statement. And if they tell you to see me about something or whatever, you guys can call my phone and get it resolved. But we could play this game because I don't understand why y'all not paying an attorney, but you guys want your attorney, but don't want to pay the village attorney.
We were given this information on Friday in regards to what was going to be on the agenda. So, of course, we couldn't ask questions. We couldn't do our research.
The thing you could have done, Trustee Norwood, is call my phone. But my board don't want to pick up my phone calls, don't want to communicate with their mayor. So how can you get up here and you guys grandstand about information that you cannot get?
The mayor also denied claims she locked trustees out of Village Hall last week, saying the building had been closed to in-person meeting for 17 months due to COVID.
Now to campaign 2022. In a recall fight in Chicago's south suburbs, people in the village of Dolton voted to kick the mayor out of office. But as CBS 2's Dermot Terry reports, the mayor is not going anywhere for now.
Congratulations, Madam Mayor.
Just over a year after getting sworn in as Dolton's mayor, voters recalled Tiffany Aiesha Tuesday. We listen to the community. The community has asked us, what can we do? They were uncomfortable with lack of transparency. They were uncomfortable with the spending.
Village trustee Jason House believes the referendum to recall the mayor was necessary and fair.
We are a democracy. The people have spoken, and we really are going to do everything we can to make sure that their voice is heard.
But the mayor took her fight to court and won in the lower court. This ruling by the Illinois Appellate Court days before Tuesday's election said the recall election could go on, and those votes can get counted but not certified.
What you have here is absolutely a legal roller coaster.
CBS 2 legal analyst Irv Miller says despite the recall prevailing, it's unclear where the votes stand at this moment.
They've asking for time to review it. They could say after they review it in September, hey, these votes count, this mayor's out of office. Or in the alternative, they could say, hey, listen, this wasn't a valid election. This mayor's staying right where she's at.
Mayor Henyard says, I remain confident the appellate courts will affirm the recall initiative is unconstitutional. But sadly, because the vote was allowed to happen, our community is more divided than ever. As we await a final decision from the appellate court, I will continue to do the work I'm doing now to serve the people of Dolton.
I think our community is really suffering.
Now, Mayor's spokesman says many of her supporters were confused and opted not to cast a vote on the recall. But we're told only 100 people left that section blank on the ballot, while more than 400 votes separated the recall decision. The appeals in this case could go all the way to the state Supreme Court.
On the agenda, a resolution calling for a federal investigation into Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
Dolton residents, I am reporting for duty.
It's been nearly 3 years since Tiffany Aiesha was sworn in as the first female mayor of the village of Dolton. She now also serves as Thornton Township supervisor. Her image is prominently displayed outside Village Hall. But Henyard is now at the center of the wrong kind of attention. Allegations of corruption and political retaliation being lobbed at her from trustees, business owners, and even the Attorney General's office.
There's a lot of mismanagement of funds, and we're just trying to get some clarity so we can move forward and understand what's going on with all the spending.
Running a business in Dolton has also been getting harder. Multiple businesses have been shut down recently over unresolved licensing issues. Among them is Lawrence Gardner's trucking company, which has been sitting idle since January of last year when the village accused him of selling liquor without a license during a party that was being hosted here. It is an allegation he denies, with a judge ruling in his favor. Why do you believe the mayor has attempted to or shut down your business, basically?
Because I wouldn't donate the money anymore. I wouldn't give her any more money.
Gardner says he was among several business owners who shortly after Henyard took office complied with her request for a $3,500 donation to the village. And while the FBI won't confirm that they are investigating the mayor, Gardner says he's been talking to them for months.
And I've been talking to them periodically, and they said there was multiple agencies investigating Dolton and Mayor Henyard. So be patient.
And then there is Mayor Henyard's namesake charity, Tiffany Aiesha Cares. On Wednesday, the Illinois Attorney General's office sent a cease and desist letter over the foundation's failure to report how it spends its funds and who has benefited. A spokesperson for the village and Mayor Henyard saying today they are not aware of any investigations against her, stating Mayor Tiffany Aiesha and the village of Dolton have not received any subpoenas and have not been contacted by the FBI or any other law enforcement agency.
For Mayor Tiffany Aiesha, the people's mayor. So I heard you guys were looking for me. If you're looking for Tiffany Aiesha, press the subscribe button. Yes, you. Press the subscribe button. So, what you want me to talk about? This or that? This and that? Or me? Tiffany Aiesha. You pick. Put your questions in the comments, and I'm gonna answer all questions. Just be respectful. If you disrespectful, I'm not gonna answer it.
Breaking news update. A new twist in the investigations brewing in South Suburban Dolton. A surprise visit by the feds today. The FBI searching the village hall. CBS 2's Jermon Terry shows us what happened.
Now, all is quiet here at Dolton Village Hall at this hour, but the buzz Friday, the feds, and what brought them here. This shaky cell phone video shows 4 plainclothes FBI agents Friday in the lobby of Dolton's Village Hall. When federal agents unexpectedly popped in the South Suburban community, it caught many by surprise and left others.
I felt a sigh of relief.
Finally, Someone has heard our cry.
Several Dolton trustees have requested the Fed start a probe into what they called mismanagement of funds.
We may soon be provided with some answers. We haven't received financials since September.
The concerns center around Mayor Tiffany Aiesha and her administration's lack of transparency.
Things are supposed to come by the board for approval. Nothing comes by the board for approval.
And while the feds came to the Village Hall, the federal government will not say specifically what brought them here. An FBI spokesperson tells CBS 2 court-authorized investigative activity was the nature, but would not elaborate on who.
No, they do not show up for nothing. When they come, they got it all in the bag already.
This week, Keith Freeman, seen here sitting next to Mayor Henyard, was federally indicted. Freeman is a high-ranking administrator for both Dolton and Thornton Township. The feds charged him with fraud. The U.S. attorney accuses Freeman of concealing assets and incomes from his creditors. The feds' visits could be related to Freeman, too. It's unclear.
But until we know that, I think Administrator Freeman should be terminated.
The news of the FBI in town brought residents out with their phones, wondering if anyone is in custody. Yet the trustees want residents to realize this probe will not be swift.
We know it's a process for everything because when you come, you got to have all your ducks in a row.
Now, we reached out to the mayor and her administration about what happened here on Friday. We have not heard back. In Dolton, Jermont Terry, CBS.
Heading over the brief 15-minute meeting, Tiffany Aiesha quickly left, ignoring our questions on the way out.
At the Thornton Township Board of Trustees meeting, some came to the defense of the embattled village leader.
The type of attack that we're seeing strictly off of allegations is unheard of.
This was Henyard's first public meeting after sources say the FBI on Friday served subpoenas at Dolton Village Hall for personnel and business records, and after Dolton Village Administrator Keith Freeman was indicted last week on a federal bankruptcy fraud charge.
Stop having one-sided narrative because it is not the truth. It's only one-sided, and it's a shame that the media comes out and they only show negative things.
Seconds after adjourning the meeting, Henyard was gone.
Mayor Henyard, you have a minute to talk to ABC 7 about the FBI investigation. Mayor?
Henyard is named alongside Dolton Village trustee Andrew Holmes in a sexual assault lawsuit filed by a Dolton police officer who was a member of Henyard's security detail, as well as a woman who used to work for the mayor. And now a new lawsuit alleges Dolton officials gave a barbershop owner the runaround in improperly denying a business license.
I was just chasing my tail. And as I'm chasing my tail, my finances were wearing thin.
Tyrone Isom Jr. says he worked with the village to purchase and renovate this building, only to be told his license was denied by Mayor Henyard. The complaint alleging a policy of choosing and denying applicants for financial and political reasons.
Everything Mr. Isom was doing was within the parameters of the law. And for whatever reason, which we'll ultimately find out, Mayor Henyard said, nope,